Hey folks, I know it's dark in my apartment now. Obviously I pre-recorded this, but I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be doing Flasher Friday videos over the next few weeks, partially to provide some content for the space here, partially to show off my range of work, and partially just because I feel like doing something with audio and video right now that is different than a lot of other authors are doing, particularly in romance. So, stories are going to range from anywhere between 100 to 1,000 words a piece, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do the video content portion of it and read from the screen, or if I'm going to record audio with my little device and then put that up with a bunch of books and links background kind of thing. I haven't really figured it out yet, but I wanted to go ahead and just put it up there, put it out there, link it to Patreon, etc., etc. More than likely what's going to happen is Patreon will get the links first in the morning. I'll do a post for them and schedule it that way, and then in the evening time or mid-afternoon time, everyone else will get it live on YouTube, and maybe I'll even throw it up here on Facebook. See if I can't get some extra traction that way, just to kind of showcase what I've done over the years. Plus, I was looking back through some of my flashers, and I realized that, for example, the one that's pulled up now is actually just a random scene that I pulled out of a story that at the time was called Illyvich's. Oh shit, what do I call it? Illyvich's Heart or something like that. And it actually became Torn to Pieces, which is a Silver Edition's USA Today recommended read. I've also got a number of stories or flashers that I wrote for around the whole Reinhold Three Sisters thing. So for those of you who do happen to own the Totally Bound Christmas book and Submit to Him, which came out in November or October, I forget which, and might possibly own a title by Samantha Powers called Dark Desires, which is a standoff of sorts. It might give you guys a little bit of explanation and depth into the character of Reinhold and the Three Sisters. The reason there won't be one today is because my voice still sounds like shit and my head's a little foggy. Yes, I've been drinking the mushroom coffee. It's been giving me super incredible laser focus, and I'm loving that. So my afternoons, I've been editing. Matter of fact, on Tuesday afternoon, I got up and was wired from the coffee and the brain octane oil, and was really excited to be able to start working on things. But I had to do stock stuff all day. I love my stock market stuff, but I had to do that, and then when I got done, you look at these little charts all day and look at the spreadsheets, and your eyes are like, nope, not doing shit else today. Fuck that. So I got up Wednesday morning, and I'm in chapter, I think 9 or 10 of Hot Night, revamping the heroine based on some feedback that the wonderful Brenda Chin gave me when I submitted the story to that particular line, I think over at Entangled. So we're in the process of trying to revamp the heroine. All she needs to do really is just stand out apart from the hero and become a little more relatable. And I think I got an idea and a grasp on how to do that. So I'm going through the entire book today and yesterday, and I'm going to go ahead and make one more pass with a beta reader once I find somebody who's got some free time and get their feedback, and then I'm going to shelve it and start the next book in the Lovers Reunited series. I have to get that thing going. I think I'm 20,000 words into it, but the chances are pretty good that I'm honestly going to revamp it from scratch once again and start over. I'd like to opine that this is the only fucking book I've ever done this with. Everything else I've let slide. Everything else I've let slide. And editors have taken it. Editors have said, you know what, this is good. We can work with this. And then they've done their job, and I've done my job, and it's all been great. But one of my beta readers was particularly picky about Liliana's awakening, the opening scene's a masturbation scene, and the reason they set that up that way was because the girl in the story was lonely, and kind of one of the themes that I'm dealing with is workahol. It's a theme that's very near and dear to my heart because if I'm not, when I was binge drinking last year, comparatively speaking anyway, I was working my ass off too. And prior to that, when I wasn't really drinking heavily, other than the once in a blue moon that humans are prone to do, I work 14-hour days. I work all day, I smoke 1 or 2 cigars, talk to some of the girlfriends, and go back to work, and then I eat dinner and go to bed. So you guys know my office hours, 1 p.m. officially to 3 a.m. If you call anyone between that, I'm taking the phone call right now. That's going to change. But my point is, you put these hours in, this is something I can write a story about, particularly because the heroine in question also works very long hours. And when I got to spend time with her in person in real life again as adults, aside from the magic that was there, she worked long hours. Drove me nuts because I wanted to play or take her around, the Bay Area or spend time with her, and we did. But she had work to do. She brought work with her from the third world, from the Eastern Bloc country. When I go to Spain, I'm going to take work with me too. But I'm not going to sit there and put 14-hour work days in there. So my point is, I started the story off with her having been burned out at workaholic things for her job, and she starts a masturbation scene, and then she ends up thinking about the boy she left in America. And then I went into the story. Well, my one beta reader hated that particular intro and made me rewrite that thing like 4 fucking times before I finally just, cutting the scene out and starting fresh. Well, I haven't touched that story since 2016, I think. So it's going to get a brand new revamp, and we're going to get that out there. And then a third thing I got to do is, not necessarily right now, but I need another couple, which means I got to dig into my past, just because of the way that these stories are written. But dig into my past and come up with a brand new couple that can be reunited lovers. And the reason I do have to do this is because I had a third couple initially, but that story got sold to City Lights under a different name. And I really want to present a publisher/agent with 3 solid standalone novels with a common theme of reunited love. So that's the plan. Also, I think we're gonna finally get a third and perhaps final book out in the Burning Desires series. So if you enjoyed Slow Burn and you loved Satan Sinner's Eyes, I think Honey Badger's story is the last one for now anyway. I've got a little more room to play with other characters, but Honey Badger needs his story. And I think I'm going to resurrect a villain from the story, the first book, just because of all the racially charged, incompetent bullshit going on and the climate in this world right now. I'm going to resurrect a villain who made an appearance because she was actually a classist, and I guess I'm not really sure what you call racism when it's race against shifters, but you get the point. Gonna resurrect that, maybe see what happens there. I don't know yet, but I want to give you guys a heads up. So next Friday, when my voice is not shot to hell, look forward to my first flasher being uploaded to YouTube. If you're catching this on Facebook or on YouTube, the Patreon link is down below. Even $1 or $2 a month helps, and believe me, 1,000 of you gave me $1 a month, I wouldn't sweat it nearly as much. I'm going to get back to work. Thank you, and I will see you guys in a week, if not sooner.